Hi, it's Andy, and I'm outside Old Trafford. No, really, I'm outside Old Trafford. And I'm speaking before Brentford away, so I'm going to get up early and go to Brentford. And you've got a big advantage over me because you know what the score is from the game at Brentford. And I'm speaking before it, and I think what I may say should still ring true a few days after the game. And that is the wild swings in the mood whenever Manchester United win or lose a single game. I do not think it is helpful at all. It comes from the media. It comes from fans. So if United have beaten Brentford, wahey, United are back. If we beat Sunderland, then we're going to be second in the league. Brilliant. The corner's been turned. Fantastic. But God forbid if United have been defeated against Brentford. Because what happens is the manager's position comes into focus. My phone lights up from media outlets who do not ring when Manchester United win games and ring me half apologetically when Manchester United lose games. And my phone also lights up with other people. People think that they're the only people contacting me. No, I get loads. And some of these are some of my best friends, the people I respect. And they say things like, after Grimsby, he's going in, mate, as in Amorim. And I say, well, what, you asking me to endorse that? You asking me to stand that up? I don't know the answer to that. And then when United win, nothing. And then when United lose against Manchester City, it's like, is he trying to get sacked, mate? And again, looking for that same factor of me standing it up. And I get why this is happening, because fans don't really trust the team. A lot of fans don't trust the manager. The form since the manager took over has been poor. The 15th place finish, the lack of goals. You know, these are uncharted waters for Manchester United, at least in the last 50 years. And it's leading to United's vast, diverse fan base to react very differently. And there can be wild swings, even within games. So before the Manchester derby, I tweeted, Manchester derby day today, how are you feeling? United win 64%, United a draw 15%. The vast majority of people felt United would win. When that didn't happen, there was a poll on United We Stands Forum. It was a good place for Reds to gather, a lot of sensible people on there. And only 32% of people felt that Ruben Amorim was going to get things right at Manchester United. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But there's a huge rebuilding project going on here. There's a big plan. It's definitely in place. I speak to people here all the time, at all levels, on the record, off the record. I cannot give you a magic answer now and say it's going to work out or it's not going to work out. But I do think that patience is needed. And yet, as I say that, I think United fans have been incredibly patient, supporting Ruben Amorim, to the point that outsiders are saying to me, why are fans even singing his name? And that brings me back to another point. At the start of the Chelsea game here last week, I tweeted that the Stretford End was singing for the manager. That was just a fact. I didn't add an opinion to that. And got this wall of negativity. By the end of the game, which United won, they miraculously all turned into positive comments. How can anyone operate in this environment when you've got a massive swing? I think United should be good enough this season to finish in a European place. I think that's realistic. Don't know whether that's going to happen. Why didn't that happen last year? Well, United didn't score enough goals. That was a main factor. So Aston Villa, who finished sixth in a European place, they scored a lot more goals than Manchester United. But United only conceded 3 more goals than Villa. So what United went out and did was bought Bryan Mbeumo, which was welcomed by fans. They bought Matheus Cunha, which was welcomed by fans. They bought Benjamin Šeško, which was welcomed by fans because they need goals. And United also need more players. They need a central midfielder or two. And these are the priority positions now. A central defender. These are going to be coming in the next transfer windows. And even the recruitment so far, if United had an open checkbook or was dominant in the transfer market, as in years gone by, the club wouldn't have signed Dorgu, for example. He was a good fit at the right price and the right age. But United are no longer a preeminent force. And when United didn't win the Europa League, that meant there would be more cutbacks. The cutbacks have been needed. And United have been drawing down on a credit facility and still managed to buy those players. I hope they all work out. I'm pretty confident that they will, but what does that even mean? We've seen so many good players come to Manchester United and it not work out. And there are many, many reasons for that happening. But I would be stunned if in 2 years' time, half the team who played against Chelsea are still at Manchester United. This is going to take time. And I also get to the point that the manager needs wins and he needs them now, because if United are in 15th and 16th or whatever, it's not good enough. And fans will quite rightly say, I'm just not having the manager. And some of my best friends say that. They go home and away with Manchester United. I respect their opinion. I have my doubts myself. I hear good things, I hear bad things. I hear Manchester United, the training sessions are really good at the moment. The mood is much better. I got a real sense of that pre-season in the dressing room. At Carrington, the facilities are much better. Just been there now. And there's a lot of positives. And I think the players have moved on. Nobody regrets that they have moved on, however well they are doing or not doing. These are all very calculated decisions to make Manchester United better, to make Manchester United a sustainable winning machine. Again, I spoke to the people here. I said, what does that look like? And they're like, Liverpool at the moment. The money's on the pitch. They've been thinking this plan through for a long time, but it didn't happen overnight. Part of the frustration with Manchester United is we've been told this is happening 5 or 6 times now, and it hasn't really worked out. So when it keeps happening and keeps failing and managers keep being changed, the patience for this happening again is reduced to a minimum. But it is a full rebuild and mistakes will be made. Not every signing will work. But if United are to finish 6th, and I think that's realistic to aim for this year, get back into Europe, need the games. Young players need the games, need opportunities. The club need the revenue. And I also feel, I might be wrong, and you might be laughing at me now if Brentford have won 4-0, that when this team click, they will start winning matches. But at the moment, as I stand there saying this, they've never won 2 consecutive league games. I do feel that things will improve. And if things do improve, then the mood will completely change. But if United were to finish 6th, that would still be around 10 defeats this season. They don't all need to signal a doomsday scenario. And I'm only speaking for myself here, but there's a lot of positives this season. The TRA, the Stretford end, the atmosphere has been good. The signings, the manager, let's see on that one. He's lost a lot of support. Lost a lot of support from moderate Manchester United fans. But the wild swings do not help anybody at all. I know there's emotion. It's an incredibly emotional football team. It just doesn't help. And I can't say here and say, okay, don't get happy when the team win, don't get upset when they lose, because life's not like that. But just some observations from me. Anyway, enough from me. Cheers from everyone who bought United We Stand in the Rain here next week. I'm going to sell some at Brentford, but that's of no relevance to you because that game's already gone. And at Sunderland at the weekend, promoted Sunderland. If Manchester United win, everything's great again. Way. Let's see about that one. Thanks for watching.